Eu sou o Carlos Júnior e esse aqui é o Especial com o Dr. Stephen Meyer. Para qualquer teoria ser científica, ela precisa seguir o método científico. E o design inteligente, ele segue o método científico?
Intelligent design follows a scientific method, and it does so in a very rigorous way. One myth that one often reads in science textbooks is that there is a or the scientific method, only one. But there are different scientific methods that are applicable to different types of scientific investigations. If you're classifying organisms, you use one type of scientific method. If you're looking at experiments, doing experiments in a laboratory under controlled conditions where you can repeat them, you use a different kind of scientific method. When you're trying to reconstruct events or causes of events that occurred in the remote past, you use a different scientific method, which is commonly referred to as an historical scientific method. And that method uses a mode of reasoning that's often called inference to the best explanation, or the method of multiple competing hypotheses. And this method was used by Darwin in The Origin of Species. And when I developed my case for intelligent design in my book, The Signature in the Cell, and then in the subsequent book that I wrote, Darwin's Doubt, I carefully followed this method of inference to the best explanation. I used an historical method of scientific reasoning that, in fact, was the very same method that Charles Darwin used in his book Origin of Species. So often when people claim that intelligent design isn't science or that it's pseudoscience, there is a good refutation of that claim is to point out that it uses the very same method of reasoning that Darwin used in The Origin of Species to generate its conclusions. And so if you want to claim that the theory of intelligent design is unscientific, you would have to say the same thing about Darwinian theory or modern neo-Darwinian theory. In fact, all forms of evolutionary theory are also examples of historical science that are using historical scientific methods. In making my case for intelligent design, I use the same method of reasoning. I just come to a different conclusion based on evidence that we now have that Darwin and his contemporaries didn't have in 1859.
E se você gostou desse vídeo, não se esquece de deixar o seu like e se inscrever no canal. E até o próximo episódio dessa série incrível com o Dr. Stephen Meyer.